Why, hello everybody. Welcome to the first weekly update here in the spring of 2022's version of Court Systems and Practices. These weekly update videos will be posted each week, usually on Friday, where we'll sit around and talk about what we did last week and then talk about what's coming in the week to come. Well, obviously this week there wasn't anything done in the class last week except for me getting ready for it. So we're just going to spend the time talking about what's expected of you this week. So let me get out of the way and we'll go ahead and start looking. Well, this is the introductory week. And with that said, we do have an orientation session, but we'll talk about it in a moment. So first you'll watch this weekly update video, which you're watching. So good, you got the first thing out of the way. Then there's an introductory video and an APA plagiarism video. The introductory video will talk about the course syllabus. It will talk about how to navigate through this particular course in Blackboard and several different things that will be kind of important to you this semester. And the APA plagiarism video is more geared towards the research paper or court observation paper that you'll be writing. But they're very important because there's an introductory quiz that you will have to take right down here. And in this quiz, you need to make a 100% on it in order to continue on to Chapter 1 in the course. Now, don't worry if you don't make 100% the first time. You have unlimited attempts. And hey, the good news is there's only 10 questions and they don't change. So hint, if you get a question wrong, go back and figure out what that answer is before you take it a second time. Now, we will be using the HonorLock proctoring system for all the exams this year. If you've never used it before, here's a quick video that you can watch on it. Great little video. See? Well, maybe you can watch it. There you go. And it tells you all about how the HonorLock system works. If you've used it, it hasn't changed. But the reason you need to see it now is because the introductory quiz is going to be given using the HonorLock system so that you can kind of get used to it before the first exam. Make sure that the kinks are worked out and your computer's working right. You'll also need to do an introduce yourself discussion board. Excuse me, I couldn't think of what it was called. For the first week, where you just tell us a little about yourself and so forth. And then there's a paraphrase exercise. Follow the instructions for the paraphrase exercise. You'll read an article about court systems in Texas during the pandemic. So it kind of been interesting. You read the article and then you summarize it into your own words. And then the next thing is you'll spend some time because you'll need to looking at the research paper because you'll have to complete the research paper quiz with 100% before you move on to the next chapter. So you'll just click the link to the research paper tab and watch the video. It's actually the court observation video. Let me click on that. We'll go right over there and you will see, where's the video? Okay, the court observation research paper. You'll click on that and there is the video. So you can watch the video and then take the quiz right below it. You'll more than likely be doing your court observation remotely. Harris County has it set up through Teams, and it was very successful last semester for the students to watch the cases. Only drawback is these are misdemeanor cases, but some of them were interesting. A lot of them were docket calls, but that you kind of get the luck of the draw. The next thing that we have, whoops, got to go back one more space, is just a little information on forwarding your email. If we do communicate through email. If you don't like looking at email in more than one location, you can forward your college email to your personal email account. There's a little video that you can watch. And then the next thing I want to talk about real quick is the discussion board called Ask Your Instructor. In this section, I want you to ask questions that would be kind of pertinent to the whole class. If you'll click on that as soon as you have a chance, and then click on subscribe. What that does is anytime someone asks a question, and it may be something really important to you too that you didn't know and they've already asked it for you, it will send an email out, and you'll get a chance to look at the discussions. Don't worry about getting inundated. I've never had more than maybe 3 or 4 discussion boards or emails during a month or even an entire semester most of the time. But a couple of ones that have been there have been something really important. So if you hit subscribe, you'll have that opportunity to get an email and kind of an alert on the information. Let me see if it gets back. And then finally, the last thing I wanted to talk about is the online orientation. Now, on Wednesday this week, I will be hosting an orientation session, just kind of making sure everybody's on the same page. It will be virtually done at either 11 a.m., 2 p.m., or 7:30 p.m. Now, you're working and you can't make it, or you're in other classes at all 3 of those time frames, then you just need to send me an email, and we will make arrangements to do a little one-on-one where we'll talk about what's going on in the class and so forth. Now, we'll be using the Blackboard's Ultra Collaborate for this session. You'll simply click on the link that you find right here, and it will bring you up into the session. It's going to say Introductory to Criminal Justice. I've got the 2 classes. The orientation is for either one of the classes. When it comes up to type your name in, please type your name as it is in Blackboard, first and last name, so I can keep accounting of who's actually been to the sessions. You put it in there, you hit join session. It will most likely request permission to use your microphone and camera. Please allow it, because we want to see you and we want to hear you. In fact, you'll have to speak during it at various times during the orientation session. Well, that is about all I've got for you this week. Maybe a little bit longer than most of the weekly updates. I kind of shoot for under 5 minutes. We're at 7 minutes. That's not too much over. So they are brief, but it's very important that you watch them each week, because they will contain a lot of important information. That's all I've got for you. Looking forward to working with you this semester, and I will talk to you again next week, or actually at the orientation.